Hi guys, what's up? It's Tess. So today's video is going to be a story time of a time where this guy went crazy on me and he's just really rude, and I thought I'd tell you guys a story time. And yeah, the moral of this story is if somebody is acting weird around you, acting like they're hiding something from you, most of the time they are, and you should definitely stop talking to them because it's not worth your time. Yeah, so let's get into this video. Me and this guy were talking, I think this was like maybe 3 months ago. I think we met on Instagram. I'm pretty sure we met on Instagram. But we ended up meeting on Instagram. We talked for a bit. I gave him my number because we got to that stage where I didn't want to just hit him up in the DMs. Like, you can text me like a regular person. We kind of talked every day. Like, we had a conversation every day. Things were fine. And most of the time when I get into like a thing with somebody and like flirty with them, I don't normally think I'm gonna marry that person. I'm just like, okay, this is good for the time being, unless we're like literally serious. But with this guy, I just had a feeling like whatever, it's fine for the time being. He's sweet to me, he's nice to me, and that's all that matters right now. This guy told me that he was 20 years old, and you guys can't really bash me. I mean, I'm into older guys and that's just my preference and that's what I go to, I guess, and my parents know about that, so you guys can't really say something about me for doing that. And he knew how old I was and he didn't care. A couple weeks went by and he's like, we should meet today, and it was still bright out and I was like, okay, we can meet at this park, because I'm not the type of person to be like, okay, here's my address, meet me at my house. No, first of all, you're not gonna get my address from me, and I just don't trust people nowadays. You're not gonna get my address. We can meet at a park, a public park where people are, and it was in the middle of the day. There was parents and people there, so I was all fine with that. We ended up meeting and it was just kind of awkward. Like, we clinged on text, like we had some type of connection, but in real life we had nothing. Like, it was just really awkward. We didn't really do anything. The most that he did was like he put his arm around my shoulder. I noticed that he had a tattoo on his hand that said king, so like the TUMBLR king and queen tattoos. And I was gonna say something, but I knew that we weren't really clinging in real life, so I could care less whether I asked or not. I ended up asking that after we left that day. He texted me that night. It took him a while to text me, and then he was like, oh, it was really nice seeing you today, like the classic text you get after hanging out. That conversation ended there. Then the next day he texted me. He tried to act all normal, like everything was fine. And then a couple days went by and I got a call from no caller ID. I thought it was like my friend or something, so I was like, hello, like answering the phone all energetic and stuff. And it was like, hey, we're gonna name him Brad. Okay, we're gonna name him Brad. So I was like, hey, and then let's name her Melissa. And Melissa was like, this is Brad's wife. Who's this? And I was like, this is Tess. And she's like, okay, so I need you to tell me what's your relationship with my husband. And I'm like, husband, what the hell? I didn't even think he had a girlfriend from like months ago, because that's what he told me. So my heart was like racing because I'm like a little ass bitch. Like, what do I do? I was like, he never told me about you. He said that he had a girlfriend a long time ago. She's like, oh really? So he never told you about me and the kids? And I'm like, kids? No, he never said anything about that. And she's like, you're 16, right? And I'm like, how the hell do you know that? But yes, I am. And she's like, Tess, sweetie, how old did Brad tell you he was? And I was like, 20, like acting like I knew. And then she was like, he's actually 26. Okay. And then she's like, I just want you to tell me like more, like did he say anything like to you about like anything, like trying to like get information out of me about what he was talking to me and how he was talking to me. And you could just hear him in the background being like, Melissa, Tess is a fucking psycho. She's so insane. She's just some girl I met at the mall and she's crazy, so I decided to text her, calling me all these names. Like, first of all, I didn't meet you at the mall. We met on Instagram. whatever, say what you want to say. I don't give a shit what you have to say to me, but it's all weird that all of a sudden you're calling me names. She's like, oh, I saw you on the call history. This isn't the first time Brad's cheated on me. The conversation ended. He never talked to me for a while. I guess it was maybe a week or something. And then he like called me and he's like, Tess, me and Melissa are done. I just need to tell you I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Said the whole sorry thing, and I was like, you know what? I could care less what you have to say to me. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And bye. Pretty much just bye. And I blocked his number. Then I kept getting calls and texts from random numbers like all the time. I called the numbers back and it was like Text Plus or whatever, so he actually made fake numbers to get a hold of me from Text Plus numbers because I blocked his number. Like, that's crazy. Then he called me on no caller ID, so I answered it because I'm stupid, but no caller ID could honestly be anybody's. So I answered it and he's like, please unblock my number. I need to call you sometimes and tell you what's going on and stuff. I need to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I unblocked his number. Clearly I'm going to be in his call history if he calls me. Like, what do you mean? Then he hangs up the phone and he texts me and he's like, can you call me back? My phone's being all weird and just froze. So I'm a dumb freaking asshole and I call him back and then he tells me he's sorry, like dreading for me to talk to him again. And I'm not that stupid. Like, you're acting fucking sketchy. You lied to me. I'm not gonna fall for it again, Brad. Like, stop. We end the conversation. A couple days later goes by. I get another phone call from no caller ID. I answer it. She's like, you're in my husband's recents and it says you called him first, honey, so you can't tell me that he called you. So what is up? I told you not to talk to him anymore. And I'm like, he fucking put me up for this. He fucking made me call him so it would show up like I fucking called him first. So she's trying to bash me all like this shit, and I was done at this point, and she was like, I need you to tell me more. So I literally said this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be girl to girl here, but he told me that he wanted to have a future with me. He told me that he wanted to have kids with me one day. He told me that he wanted to marry me. And then you could hear that she's starting to like cry. And I mean, like, this is all true. Like, usually when you're in a relationship, you're gonna be like, oh, one day I want to have kids with you. One day we're gonna get married. And he literally told me this, but like inside I knew that we weren't going to. Like, I knew this was all just for the time being. That's probably sounds bad of me, but seriously, I wasn't born yesterday. So she starts sobbing and she's like, thanks, Tess, for telling me. I need to go, and like hangs up the phone on me. So I'm like, you wanted the truth? Here's the fucking truth. He called me, calling me names, calling me stupid, calling me crazy, calling me a psycho. Like, that was his favorite word, was like psycho. He used to call me psycho all the time and was like, you're a fucking psycho, like you're fucking insane, like all this shit, calling me psycho. Like, dude, you're old. I could like easily get you in jail, but one day, buddy, you're gonna be in fucking jail because you're a psycho. Everything's fine. He calls me again, tells me that they're over, like the whole thing all over again, like, I'm done with you. Why are you telling me this? Stop calling me. So then I'm like done with this whole situation, and I start crying like a freaking baby, and I'm like, please get me out of this. Please stop making me get put in the middle. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I never want to hear from you again. I'm just done with all of this. Like, get me the hell out. Like, stop trying to get a hold of me. Like, this is getting old and I just want to get left alone. Everything stopped. Then the other day he texts me, and I deleted the conversation because even seeing his name pop up on my phone or a random number text me, it scares me and I don't want to hear from him, and it makes me sick to see his name show up on my phone. So I get a text saying, you ruined my life. You better watch out. Bad things are gonna come your way. Karma's gonna hit you hard, and all this stuff, saying you're a stupid fucking bitch, calling me all of these rude names over and over. And there was a whole bunch of texts on this conversation, but I literally swiped it and deleted it because do I need to listen to that? No, I don't deserve to get treated like that. I can easily put you in a cell. I can easily put you in a cell, buddy, so It's just one phone call away. I haven't done anything but tell the complete truth, because I could have lied about everything. I could have told him I was like 20 years old. I could have told him anything I wanted and lied. But no, I'm a truthful person. I'm going to tell you the complete truth. I'm going to be 100% with you and all this stuff. But no, he lied about his whole freaking life. And even his wife was like, he has 2 kids, he doesn't even own a vehicle, he said it, he doesn't even own his own house, he lives with me, he's homeless, he doesn't have a job. And I was like, this guy's a fucking liar. Like, why are you still with him? Like, forget about me talking to him, why are you still with him is like the crazy freaking question. I don't know, because first of all, your kids don't deserve that. He's a freaking psycho. He's a low-life loser, and I know that's rude and I'm bullying somebody, but you don't get to bully me. I'm a minor, and like an old, like, frick, he's a freaking old man, like an old man beaking me. No, you don't get to do that shit. That's rude, first of all, and that's not right, and you could easily get in trouble for that. That's the end of this story time. The moral of the story, like I said, is if somebody's acting weird towards you, it seems like they're hiding something, they don't seem right, and you just don't like them in general, and nothing's clicking, most likely means you should not talk to them. They are hiding something from you. They are lying to you, and you do not deserve that. I love you guys so much, and remember to give this video a big thumbs up for further story times, and subscribe down below for further videos of me. And yeah, I love you guys. Stay weird and be you.